Greetings for a new day, my dear friends. It's time for us to move to the next video. That's about the famous playwright, William Congreve. William Congreve, 1670-1729. Playwright, poet, essayist, and a civil servant. He was born in 1670, Bardsey, near Leeds, Yorkshire, England. And he passed away in 1729, London, England. And he belongs to the literary period, Restoration and the Augustan Age. His genres include comedy, manners, tragedy, poetry. William Congreve's family moved to Ireland during his childhood, where his father served in the army. He received his early education at a Kilkenny school, one of Ireland's most prestigious schools, where he studied alongside the famous literary personality Jonathan Swift, who is the author of the work Gulliver's Travels. Later, he attended Trinity College, Dublin, where he developed a love for classical literature, philosophy, and a French drama, particularly Molière. After graduating, he moved to London to study law at the Middle Temple, but his real passion was literature and theatre. He was influenced by Restoration dramatists like Wycherley, Etheridge, and Dryden. Congreve began writing witty comedies that reflected the manners and morals contradictions of the English upper class. His first play, The Old Bachelor, 1693, written while he was still very young, was performed at a Drury Lane theatre and became an instant success. It was praised by John Dryden, who became William Congreve's mentor and helped refine his literary style. His success continued with the work The Double Dealer, 1694, and another work, Love for Love, 1695, both praised for the sparkling dialogue and a social satire. Apart from his literary work, Congreve held several government posts under big administrations, which gave him financial stability. His tragedy, that is, The Mourning Bride, 1697, though different in tone, showed his rage and produced the famous line, "Heaven has no rage like love to hatred turned, nor hell a fury like a woman scorned." His final play, that is The Way of the World, 1700, was initially misunderstood by audiences, but is now regarded as his masterpiece. After its tepid reception, Congreve grew disillusioned with the theatre, feeling his refined art was unappreciated by the general public. He largely withdrew from playwriting, turning instead to poetry, translation, and a government work. Major works of William Congreve. The Old Bachelor, 1693, is his first play, written while still very young. A witty comedy of manners exposing the foolishness of aging bachelors and the deceit of opportunistic lovers. Highly praised by John Dryden, who helped him refine the script, established Congreve as a brilliant new voice in a Restoration theatre. The next work, The Double Dealer, 1694, a complex, darker comedy exploring deceit and hypocrisy in love and a friendship. It introduces more psychological depth and a subtle characterization than earlier Restoration comedies. Received mixed reviews at first, but later gained recognition for its sophistication and a moral undertone. The next work, Love for Love, 1695, One of Congreve's most popular plays, full of charm, wit, and a clever dialogue, examines love, greed, and a negotiation of marriage in an age of social ambition. Its success helped solidify Congreve's fame and earned him lasting critical admiration. The next work, The Morning Bride, 1697, is a tragic drama notable for its lyrical language and emotional intensity. It contains one of English literature's most quoted lines, that is, "Heaven has no rage like a love to hatred turned, nor hell a fury like a woman scorned." This work reveals Congrave's versatility beyond a comedy, showing his poetic skill and a tragic insight. The next work, The Way of the World, 1700, widely regarded as Congrave's masterpiece and the greatest Restoration comedy, centers on the characters Mirabelle and Millamant, two witty lovers negotiating marriage and personal freedom. The work explores themes of love, trust, manipulation, and gender dynamics within high society. Though not initially well received, it is now considered a classic of English drama and a bridge between Restoration wit and Augustine refinement. Now let's analyze his style and characteristics. Elegant wit and verbal precision, Congreve's dialogue sparkles with irony and sophistication. Social satire. He exposes the moral duplicity, materialism, and vanity of Restoration high society. Psychological realism. Unlike earlier Restoration comedies, Congreve adds emotional depth and a moral complexity to his characters. Manners and morality. His plays depict love as a game of wit, intellect, and power, reflecting both attraction and distrust between men and women. Balanced tone. He blends humor with seriousness, pleasure with virtue, and intellect with feeling. Now let's have a look at the themes we can see commonly in his works. Love and marriage, often portrayed as transactions influenced by wealth and social status. Deception and disguise. Many plots revolve around mistaken identities, secrets, and manipulation. Wit and power. Characters use wit to assert intelligence and social control. Hypocrisy and appearance. Critiques the artificiality of upper-class behavior. Gender dynamics. Highlights the tension between romantic idealism and the reality of patriarchal constraints. Now let's have a look at the psychological and social insights that we can get through the works of Philip Congreve. Congreve had a deep understanding of human vanity and emotional vulnerability. His characters often reveal the inner conflicts between desire and decorum, reflecting the psychological realism rare in a Restoration comedy. Through heroines like Millamant, as in the work The Way of the World, he anticipates modern ideas of female independence and a negotiation in love. Now let's have a look at the historical context of his works. William Congreve wrote during the Restoration and early Augustine period, a time when a Charles II court culture celebrated wit, sexual freedom, and urban sophistication. His works capture the transition from the libertine spirit of Restoration to the moral restraint of the 18th century. After the Glorious Revolution and the rise of the middle class, Audiences demanded more moral and sentimental drama, leading to the decline of his style. Personal life and character. Known for his refinement, politeness, and intelligence, admired by literary figures like Alexander Pope, Jonathan Swift, and Gay. He never married, but had a long, affectionate relationship with Henrietta Godolphin, Duchess of Marlborough, who cared for him in his later life. He suffered from gout and a blindness in his final years, but remained socially active in London literary circles. Death and legacy. Died in London in 1729 at age 58. Congreve is buried in Westminster Abbey, an honor reserved for major literary figures. His plays, particularly the work The Way of the World, are still studied as the finest example of Restoration comedy. He helped refine the comedy manners, influencing later dramatists such as Richard Brinsley Sheridan, Oscar Wilde, and a Noel Coward. His sharp depiction of love as a blend of reason, pride, and a sensuality remains timeless and psychologically accurate.